Well, thank you very much. First of all, Nigerians must not allow the leaders of both the PDP and APC to confuse us as far as these loans are concerned. In the first place, do we really need these loans? If we husband our resources, do we need loans? Last year, I wrote a letter to the leadership of the National Assembly setting out how the country could recover $105 billion, either diverted from the Federation account or withheld from that account. The Senate President wrote me a polite letter, we're on the same page and we are going to ensure that these funds are recovered. Between then and now, not less than $32 billion have been approved as loans. Now, we have to understand that by virtue of Section 21 of the Debt Management Establishment Office Act, loans that are meant to be approved by the National Assembly, the National Assembly is required to study the terms and conditions attached to such loans. From the investigation going on in the House of Reps now, it does appear that these members of the National Assembly their attention is just being drawn to a clause in the agreement, which has to do with the so-called trading off of the sovereignty of Nigeria. Again, this is meant to confuse Nigerians and mislead Nigerians. Nobody has traded off the sovereign rights of Nigerians. In every international agreement, commercial agreement, what that clause is a standard one. In other words, every nation has the sovereign right, sovereign immunity, not to be dragged to any court or arbitration. But if you are taking a loan, it is a standard agreement that if you default in the payment of the loan, you cannot invoke your sovereignty to prevent me from going to court or arbitration. No more, no less. It has nothing to do with trading off the sovereignty of Nigeria.
But Mr. Falana, a quick one. Sorry. Mr. Falana, a quick one. Let me ask you this. In that agreement, I'm being made to understand that usually in this kind of treaty, there is a third-party nation when you are having this kind of agreement. In this particular one, I understand that it's Hong Kong, which is on part of China, that is the third party here. Is that right?
No, we are being misled. We are being misled again. Now, what is the basis of this fixation? Fixation about Chinese loan, which is only $3.1 billion out of $79 billion loan. Why are we not talking about the remaining $76 billion, whose conditionalities are much worse than the Chinese loans that we are talking about? So why don't you look at the entire loan portfolio? Look at the conditions in each of them. For instance, some of the Western loans are to the effect that the government should increase the electricity tariffs, increase fuel price, and so on and so forth. The National Assembly members are not complaining about those multiple taxations dictated by Western imperialism. So the point I'm making, therefore, is that every country has the right to enter into agreement. And if you are going to enter into agreements in Nigeria, the National Assembly is required by law to look at the conditions and terms and make sure they are in the interest of Nigeria. The Ministry of Justice
Mr. Falana
has an international law department that is supposed to scrutinize the terms and conditions of this agreement. If we are being told now that people were negligent in the performance of their duties, there should be no shifting of blame here.